Hi, Prince Victor Ifeso here. I'm glad to see you again. Yeah, I'm called the Ocean for a reason. So today we're talking about business consulting, and I'll be talking about the system of pricing. How do you price your goods and services? Because one of the issues we have in Nigeria and Africa is that people don't know how to price their goods. So, for example, I was talking to, let me say, a mentee of mine, and I asked him, somebody saw his product on my status, and I'm like, oh, I want to patronize this guy. And the way he answered me, I said, thank God I'm not a customer, because I won't answer him, because he answered with low self-esteem. Because it's you at 40K. I'm like, excuse me, you should know what you are delivering. So I decided that, okay, let me talk about it, have it out there so that we all can make money together, and my next birthday you can buy me a car. But yeah, so now on the system of pricing, the first thing you need to understand is about pricing your goods is understanding your cost. So the person behind the camera is Chef Annie, an amazing chef. Please, I'll put our details in the comments section. But thanks. Don't worry. Yeah, so I'll be using a business as a case study so that we can work together, and you can also see that it's possible with different businesses. So understand your cost. So Annie, what are your total costs when you're cooking? Like you, from the markets to the customers, and so what are your costs?
You just put me on the spot.
Please.
All right, so the cost varies
Yeah.
and it's also dependent on the meals that are being made.
Okay.
So if I'm making a food in lunch packs,
Yeah.
of course the cost is going to be different than foods in liters and bowls.
Okay.
If it's an independent order, the cost is going to be different from of bulk orders.
Yeah.
So in your case, what you're asking me is, for example, a cost of a jollof rice.
Yeah.
If I'm costing jollof rice 5,000 naira in a plate, for example, I'm just doing an example. Rice alone, without chicken, without meat or anything. If I'm costing jollof rice 5,000 naira, I have to make sure that it entails the price of the packs that I'm using, the price of spoon, workman power, and every single thing.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm selling to one person, if they want to get a plate of jollof rice, chicken, and just that, jollof rice and chicken, I'm just going to give you a quality price. More, I'm not just giving you mediocre. I'm offering quality service, quality meal, and so you're also going to get a quality price, and it's not going to be for 5,000 naira.
Yeah. So from what Stefani has said, we discovered that our costs, we're looking at the foodstuff, manpower, transportation, the packs she's using, logistics, delivery. So now we're going to divide into two. So in cost, we have fixed cost and variable cost. So our fixed cost is basically, let's say things like spaghetti, things like the gas. Nigeria is very funny, but those things should be fixed price. Things like our transportation, those things are fixed. Maggi, all those things are fixed. Then the packs also, they should be fixed. But variable costs like delivery man today can say because there's traffic, wants to collect 5,000. Or the delivery man will say no, because it's just one pack. So all those things. Then materials like there's some materials that she will use today, she might not use tomorrow. So the prices vary depending on maybe it's a special order. So we have fixed cost and variable cost. So fixed costs are costs that you know that in 6 months it remains the same. In 1 year it should remain the same. It just depends on the country that you're in. If you're in Africa, maybe your price is doing, dancing here and there. But those are the two costs. Now, one thing you need to understand here is that never sell below your cost. So what you do is you calculate your fixed cost plus your variable cost. That'll give you a total cost. For example, I know spaghetti. I don't know the kind she uses. She uses quality. So the one I use in my house, bachelor that I am, is around 1,015, right? 1,005. That's spaghetti. Tomato paste. Let's say 300 or 200. That's 1,700. Let's just say those are the costs. Let's say 2,000 for our face. So then variable cost, I want to send it to my girlfriend. I want to send it to somebody, the pack, the plates, like 3,000. Just you add everything together. Let's say that's 4,005. So that means your price should not be less than 4,005. The price of everything you are selling, even if you want to give the person discount, it's your grandmother's great great grandmother, twin brother, your father, your mother, that they are close, they now tight. But you have not seen a long time, and I want to understand. Please now give me friend and family discounts. You know we're in the same family tree. It should not be less than 4,005. Now the second thing you need to know about pricing is you need to understand your market. So definitely the price of spaghetti per pack in Abuja is different from the price of pack in Akwa Ibom or in Ekiti State or in Lagos, Lekki to be precise. Or in Maitama, it's different from in Gwagwalada. Gwagwalada, you know the prices. In Gwagwalada, we used to buy a plate of spag with sausage. A plate is 1,005, sausage is 300 naira. So you understand, as boys, students. But if I go to Maitama, you understand, the decor alone has its own price. So understand your market, then understand your competitors. Understand who you're competing with. So if, for example, your competitor is, let's say, one of the biggest stocks, you need to know their market. Why are they paying that way? So there's a time there's a popular fast food in Nigeria. They say their chicken really low. I started making research. Why do they sell at that price where other people cannot sell? Because we know the price of chicken in Nigeria. I found the answer. I'm not going to tell you. Find your own. But research your competitors and also understand. Second thing is, what are your clients willing to pay for your product or service? How much are they willing to pay? So for example, you are offering, okay, there's this photographer guy, amazing guy. He stays in, let me not mention the place, maybe people know him. His studio is in, let's say, Kuje, not the place, but Kuje. He charges 15,000 naira for 3 pictures. But there's somebody else that doesn't do what he does. He's good. He's one I want to use. I will start using. His charges about 350k, 450k for the 5 soft-edited copies. I saw the list and I'm thinking, this guy is doing better than this girl. His editing work is what he's doing. I've seen this other girl. Even if he's not better, they're almost on the same path, but starting 15k. Location. Because if he says 350, in where he is, his people there will not pay. So if you're offering good, and you can change location also. But what are the clients willing to pay for your product or service? If your clients are willing to pay 10,000 and you're giving them at 4,005, they might look at you cheap. That's the truth. They might look at you very cheap. Why is she selling for 4,000? Why is she selling for 2,000? Are you sure she knows what she's doing? So you need to understand. Then number 3, what you need to understand is pricing. There are different types of pricing strategy. I need to choose the right one. You need to choose what pricing strategy works. So the first pricing strategy I have here is cost plus profit margin. So earlier we discussed about cost. So if your cost is 4,005, you must profit. Sorry, I'm a Christian, so the Bible says the workman must what? Must eat the food. Like, you can't cook everything, do everything in the kitchen, you are sweating. You have done delivery, you have packed it, because Shivani packs really nice. Like, she buy like world class. She's having kings, so she knows how to pack for things. You now, at the end of the day, you're just making 1,000. To buy what? Pepsi and biscuits or what? No. You must profit. So I advise that if you want to give a discount, you must make at least 30% of your cost. So let's calculate together. So if, let's say, Chef Annie has packed the food, which is not true, 4,000, it just means same amount, 4,000 naira, and she has to make 30% profit. So I think 3 times 4, that is about, she's supposed to make like 1,200 as profits. Am I right? Let's confirm. Yeah. So she's meant to make 1,200 naira, at least, if she gives discount. You can make 50%, you can make 100%. Nothing bad. Look at what your clients are willing to pay. So that's the way you should go, but you should not make less than 30%. Even if you are giving discount to your grandfather's brothers, Egmont, Adubu, just ensure nothing less than 30% of your profit, because you need to pay yourself salary. As a CEO, package salary for yourself. You're not working just to pay tax. You must pay yourself salary. Not that you take out of the business money. That was I talk for that day. But you must pay yourself salary. Now, the second way to price your goods is also value-based pricing. Now, your social media manager, you will know that by God's grace, You can give, let's say, 100k engagement on a post, and you are charging 10,000 naira. How would you pay your bills? How? If you're offering value, people must pay for value. Value attracts money. You can't be doing the best makeup in Abuja in Africa and you're collecting 5k per makeup. I was watching a video that I recommended to my fellowship people, Isn't It Zara?
My
Amazing.
sister,
and
I
her
watched
sister.
it. It was great.
The girl was charging 1.5. Somebody came to beg her for 500 because they said, you can do 1.5, it's supposed to be 2,500.
Lower, yeah.
But she's buying makeup goods. She's doing this. There are costs behind this thing. If they can't pay, let them go. And that's the truth. I understand you need money. But one thing you need to understand is don't start a business because you're hungry. Please, you want streams of income. It's went from income to feed. Because you eat all your seeds. There are seeds to the Bible verse. There are things to plant and there are things to eat. You need to know the difference. That's why I'm deviating. But yeah, you must give prices based on the value you're offering. Also, now, this is one that works for if you're doing gifts, if you're doing different things. I discovered that you have like different level of clients. You have the super rich, you have the not too rich, you have the civil servants. Have pricing packages. So for example, if you want to go to the rich, for example, you want to cater for a rich wedding, you can say, I offer not just Nigerian cuisines or African cuisines. I have Chinese cuisines. I offer mocktails. I offer small chops. All this is just a package. Pay me this amount. They'll be like, wow, you have solved their problems. But if you're now offering for, we that are looking up to God, people that are looking up to God, their prices are not, you can say, okay, I offer African cuisines. These are much it is. Therefore, people that you know that they're not really but they want to still get the best Tiffany in town. You just give them, okay, this is what I offer, these are the prices, this is what I can offer. You can have gold, silver, bronze. Take my packages like that, or make it your own unique name, customize it, and put the prices on it. People will pick. It's a leveler. It will level you to your budget, your pocket. And also, you can also do budget friendly where they can also design their own packages. Okay, I can't afford silver, but I don't want gold. Okay, this is what we can do, this is what we can do. And they customize their own package and can give you their own name. And they'll give you, this is how much I have. And you customize their own package to their budget. So that's it, but ensure that you're making money. Also, you have to know that there's also psychological pricing. So when you see places like ShopRite putting things at 9,999 instead of 1,000, one couple, you say, wow, it's cheap. Because this won't beat. They'll say low prices, but low price is same value. You'll put it in psychology. You understand the psychology of people if you're a marketing person, you're doing business. Study about the psychology of money, psychology of people. People are emotionally attached to things. Sorry, I am emotionally attached to some Maggi because my mom used it. And I feel that is the best. Argue with your keyboard. But I feel no, it's the best. If like say Maggi, if you say this, no, it's the best. Argue with your keyboard. Because first of all, I use it, and whenever I use it, when I have babe that time, they always say good. So till tomorrow, I feel that's the best. But yeah, so we're all emotionally tied to something. People are emotionally tied. You can say 9,999, buy to get one free. Maybe before it was 3,000 naira, you can put it to buy two. Maybe you're trying to close stock. So just understand the emotions of people and work around their emotions. Now, also, you need to understand and know your ideal customer. Who are they? What do they want? And how much can they spend? What's the buying power? Seriously, in Africa and in Nigeria, to be specific, 70% of people don't have buying power. 70% of people don't have buying power. So if you are doing something, don't try to sell for the masses because the masses. If 100 million people can buy something at 1,000, I am a millionaire. You might never buy because we buy things out of masses buy things out of necessity. The masses buy things out of necessity. If I don't need Afan, I'm not buying Afan. That's what they will say. If I don't, but the rich person can say, I like that shoe, give it to me. Because he can, his balance is, can accommodate anything, shoot it to hold
Bulletproof
balance. So yeah, we we need to know who are you selling for, and don't try to sell to the masses. Don't try that. When you want to offer value and sell value. And also understand premium client, higher prices and more value, budget client, lower prices and simpler services. Now also you need to test, review and adjust your prices. So I feel people should review their prices every six months. In Nigeria you can see things change, so please change your prices too. So test it. So you put at 5,000 today, what do people say? If they say it's too cheap, find a way to say, okay, I need to increase my price. And no. So yeah, be confident and communicate well about your prices. Communicate the benefit and the result the client wants to get. Avoid apologizing or lowering your prices unnecessarily, and don't give discounts anyhow because you feel the person is doing you a favor. That politician, your neighbor, they say no, sir, because it's you pay me 1,000. No, don't. You're a king also, and behave like a king. And also track your sales and customer feedback. Thank you. I hope this has helped your business a lot. I hope to hear feedback from you, and you can pay me consultation money if you feel like it. God bless you.
Thank you.